baby. Check, 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 check. What up, everybody? It's your boy Rayshon.
And your boy Shaka.
Yeah, Rayshon Shaka podcast. Once again, we back. You hear? What's up, man?
What's going on, my brother? Cheers, my brother.
Pound that up first. Let me get a pound. There you go. Cheers, baby. Look at that little strawberry shortcake drink.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Strawberry shortcake, everybody. Forget Barbie. You got strawberry shortcake.
What's going on, man?
Because he's a man. Because he's masculine. He's motivated. He's muscular. He knows with that strawberry shortcake. Don't worry about it. Yeah, get it all situated. Make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Stand up.
Yeah.
That's how you
Stand
do it.
up.
I don't know that one.
I don't either. Know some new shit I'm dropping. Album drops on Tuesday, everybody. Be ready, because we coming with it. Stand up. Yeah. What's going on, man? How was your week?
My week was good, man.
Excellent.
Had a little, sad news early in the week.
Oh,
But other than that, it's pretty good, man.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Hey, man.
If I can say anything to the people out there, man, if you're in a relationship or you're in a situation where you know you want to leave or you want to exit, go on and rip that Band-Aid off, man. Don't play with people's emotions. Don't play with people's feelings. Because some people, they take separation very hard.
Yeah, they do. Don't play.
And we're living in a world right now where people don't have full control of their emotions, and they're doing crazy things out here, as we will talk about later. So, ladies and men too, don't stay in relationships that are abusive. At the same time, if you go leave, because you never know what people are going to do. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Man, now I got questions. Now, not about that, but, first let me give a shout out to Nook so that we can go ahead, because I got a question now. Shout out to Nook Kitchen right here at 4231 East Indian School Road right here in Phoenix, AZ, the heart of Arcadia. Come on in and check it out. Y'all know we rep it every time. We up in this Godfather booth. Come on in. Don't waste no time. Don't dilly-dally around. Get up in here and get you some good food. Neo-American cuisine with the brick oven pizza, like, it's on point.
My favorite.
The materials, all the ingredients are natural, are healthy. The food is delicious. The bartenders are great. The chefs are excellent. Like it's the spot. It's the spot. You can come in dressed. You can come in casual. It's the Spizzot.
Yeah.
So be here.
And they take real good care of us. They're very nice.
Great care.
Very gracious in
Love
letting
these
us
guys.
in the house and do this.
Yeah. So now questions. I wasn't even thinking about that, but since you're saying, when we talk about relationships ending, when we talk about people not dealing with their emotion, what do you think some of the causes of this, like the emotional breakdown of people right now? Like it is a very emotional time, both with the way relationships work, the way that people, I guess, process jobs, the way that people are processing world events. What do you think some of the things that are going on with that? Because we're seeing this very prevalent, and it's going to segue into some other things we're going to talk about.
I think that we live in a world now where everything is instant, and we don't have to deal with things the way we dealt with them. A long answer. So I think back in the day, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, people worked, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Today, you could work at home and stew on all your personal problems at the same time.
Okay.
That, along with how we've come up and how we've evolved, where as men, I can only speak as a man, but we're just not raised to, we talk about masculine, muscular, and motivated. Yeah. There are certain tenets to being masculine in your masculine frame.
Right.
I couple that with stoicism, right?
Yeah.
We are coming up now where that's not cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tap into your emotions and your feelings. In other words, what I'm saying in short, we don't know how to deal with our emotions and our feelings. Coupled with the fact that we don't have the jobs and the toil that we did back in the day. We just didn't have time for none of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you know, like you working in the field, or you worked in the oil rig, or you worked in the, construction. You worked all day. You had no time, and that's not to say people didn't do things in the past.
Right.
Of course they did.
Right.
But today we just have such a leisure lifestyle where we could stew over things.
Question: do you think men are really supposed to deal with emotions in that sense, like from I guess from our primal age, from prehistoric or whatever, being men that had to conquer, that had to provide, that had to defend, that had to, a lot of physical things that I guess we don't have to do now, although times change very fast. As a component, as a human, we have not changed as fast, like our DNA can't keep up with that.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe we've progressed technology-wise, but as a DNA, we were not necessarily processed or created to process issues like in that, let me think about this more so than let me go out and act and take care of what's going on first. Like, are we really equipped to deal with emotions on that standard of what we call maybe a more feminine big type or a more, I want to say intellectual because it's always intellectual, but in a more, I guess, introspective type deal?
Well, first of all, I think that God gave all of us human beings a full range of emotions, right? Mm-hmm. So there's nothing wrong with having an emotion about something.
Right.
But in our society, we've developed societal norms, right?
Right.
That coupled with you have to be able to manage your emotions, right?
Right.
Nothing wrong with a man crying. There's nothing wrong with a person getting upset. Society, and I'm gonna go on a tangent a little bit. Society says that a man is not supposed to get upset. You're supposed to, you're zesty if you show this and that. No, we have a full range of emotions.
Right.
It's how we manage those emotions and how we deal with the things. That's the difference to me.
Right.
So I don't know if that answers your question, but I think that's what it is. And in modern society, and I don't want to pick on younger people because the situation I'm talking about did not even involve younger people.
Right.
But we live in a world now where it says that, people are just not coming up with a masculine frame or a stoic frame or how to problem solve or deal with their emotions. And, like you use critical thinking and say, okay, this situation is not working out. I could go this route or I can go that route.
Right.
This whole, if I can't have it my way, I'm going to take myself out and everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That coupled with we live in a society now where violence is the norm. We're desensitized to violence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And back in the day, as horrible as history is, violence has always been throughout history.
Right.
But in modern times, remember back in the day, even when we were coming up, to have something tragic happen was like, whoa, wow.
Right.
Oh, you saw it on the 6 o'clock news and it was far way over there. It happened.
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Today it's like
down the street.
Right.
Down the corner.
It's that. Right. Yeah. So that's my take on it.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering, since you were talking about that, and that's a big issue going on. I don't think it's a toxic masculinity when we're talking about this. I think if anything, I wonder if it's the depletion of testosterone in our whole bodies.
It
that
could
we
be.
can't,
I mean,
that
it
we're
could
not
be chemical.
And,
it could be a chemical thing too.
Before we even start developing, that we're already developing at a slower rate in that sense because testosterone is already low in the environment and in men. So dealing with problems in a masculine, critical thinking way is not happening because you don't ever have all the bricks there to start that critical thinking.
Yeah.
I wonder. Just wondering if it's something not only.
I think it's a combination. It's a combination of things. It could be chemical. It could be how we're evolving. And when I say evolving, like for example, millennials and Gen Zs, we grew up in a time. Even us, we grew up in a time where. Our mothers and our parents told us all kind of crazy things about, feelings and this and that and, accountability. I can go on and on. It's accountability.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
it is accountability.
Just accountability. Like
You know, just
showing up-
plain old good old fashioned
showing-
accountability.
Showing up for yourself
You
and for the
know,
world.
yeah.
Like,
You know, dusting yourself off. You
know?
get a bloody nose, or you get your heart broken, or you dust yourself
gotta
off.
get
You
up and
feel
get
what
it
you
out.
feel for a moment,
and then you gotta move.
and then you keep. And of course, there have been some people. There's a percentage that aren't able to do that.
Right.
But as on a whole, you dust yourself off and you move on.
Yeah, that's how it
You know,
works. That's how it
in the
works.
case of a broken heart, you know, these guys are doing all these crazy things, and it's kind of like, dude, if you wait 2 days, I guarantee you'll forget that person's name, and you'll be looking at another chick.
Right. You just gotta get out.
You're gonna be in
Get
love
out.
next week.
Get out. Get
If
out.
you just
That's
hold
it.
off for a moment,
Take care of yourself.
you'll be in love next week.
And trust me.
Or
it's-
6
it's
months from
8
now.
million people.
Yeah.
5 billion. Or
Exactly.
5 billion, which are women.
Yeah, but she did this to me, and she did that. She don't know that, man.
Yeah.
If you just pump your brakes for a
Just hold
second,
up, baby. Just hold up.
you won't even remember her
It's
name.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
When you think about
But
it.
if you don't get on that
I remember
side,
when I was a kid, though, I've been heartbroken. I remember my first little crush, boy, my first love. Oh, your boy was hurt. Oh man, what was that voice in me? I'm down on business.
oh man, I'm telling you, oh my
boy, I
God.
was hurt. Now
Oh.
it's like, dang, you feel a little something, but then you be like, man,
Yeah.
get this together right quick.
Or you go to school the next week, whether in junior high, high school, or whatever, and you know
feel some more perfume? You smell some different-
thank you. You know, you be like, hey man, hey, Brenda wants to talk to you. You be like,
Well,
who's Brenda?
Where's she at? Where's Brenda?
Like,
Yo, who?
like
I was-
Ninja, you were just crying over her 2 days
Man,
ago.
What you talking about? Shut up, man. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I
Exactly,
wasn't.
exactly.
No, I wasn't.
You done zeroed in on something else,
no,
man.
I don't cry, man. No, I won't.
Yeah. And the same thing for adult relationships
Yeah.
or marriages or whatever,
No,
man.
that's just a rough deal. I think
So
we-
today I'm seeing way too many, you know, doing the big C19. I
Right.
was glued to social media like everybody else, you know. All these dudes, man, you just hear one story after another. Killing, I don't want to say the word, but, you know,
Deleting.
taking a girlfriend,
Deleting, yeah.
you know, this relation, taking a girlfriend. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I wasn't. You know what? C19, I kind of stayed. I was watching that mess. I was
Well,
seeing
you know,
what's happening. But no,
well,
but
you know,
there
you,
was some things
yeah,
going
you
on.
go
that
down a
was-
rabbit hole, but yeah. So, yeah.
C19, you know, C19 was an odd time. I think people was the first time they actually had to deal with themselves. It was the first time like you are alone with yourself. Yeah, there was things going on.
I loved it.
Bruh.
I
Bruh,
loved
I'm
it.
an only child. Just before we started talking, y'all, I'm an only child. They said, isolate your boy. I traveled the country. I was gone. Gas was cheap. I had to be by myself. Man, you talking about the happiest dude ever.
I didn't travel the country, but I certainly spent, and I didn't have a problem. I said, I got a lot to do.
Oh, man, I was
Man,
cheap.
I was reading, I was studying, I was doing this, I was doing that. I
took
was,
a vacation.
Yeah,
First time
man.
I took a vacation ever, like a month.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I'm
living in a
happy.
whole nother city.
I enjoy myself. Now
Yeah.
there comes a point where you're ready to do some stuff, but yeah, I didn't have a problem. People bouncing off the walls and
Yeah.
people breaking up with each other because they realize they don't like each other because they've been in the house for 6 months together. I'm like, damn,
Didn't
dude.
have that problem. I was
Yeah. You're like,
for
damn.
y'all.
I call cap on some of that. Motherfucker, you ain't like them to begin with. You already knew you ain't like. You just, that was a good excuse.
You thought
Yeah.
it was gonna be like a sleepover, like the snow.
Yeah.
Get snowed in together for 3 or 4 days, no more than a week.
No, that motherfucker was asking for sex a lot more often because he was home or she was home.
Right? Yeah, well,
And
the
you
first
real-
week was cool. He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You used to like when the snow, we used to snow back home. Boy, you'd be like, you're trying to find a shorty to get stuck in the house with, get snowed in for 2 or 3 days. You know, you can handle that. But that thing went to 2 weeks. You know, they was like, yo, 3 weeks, yo, that month. I know people was going silly.
Yeah,
I
can't get out the house and get
I
no-
can't get to my other guy.
You can't
I
get to.
my
That's what I'm
other
about to
girl.
say. You can't get to the. I can't get to my side piece.
This dude fart stink. Like,
Yeah.
this chick, her fart stink. What they talking about? Why she ain't brushed her teeth this morning?
Yeah.
Yo, like,
Yeah, that's a person that don't really know the person that they're with.
Sorry,
But yeah,
yeah.
all that went on. But yeah, so
But
yeah.
that's crazy, man. But yeah, that was since you had said that kind of segues right into the Maine shooting, man. Did you hear about that? The mass deletion up in Maine.
Yeah,
That was
man.
crazy. What is it? 24 people or something?
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah.
Man, that was wild. And
Another one.
you know, like, and they still ain't found this guy. Before people start, he was military, and he was a gun safety trainer instructor.
Yeah, but
like,
that's suspect to me.
But
because
he did have some mental illnesses going on. But again, I mean,
so we're gonna blame every single one on. I know
I'm a
you
book
said
thrower. You know me. I'm
we're
that
gonna
book
blame
thrower.
every single incident of this happening on
I'm
mental
ready to
health.
find them and be
I bet
like
the people who really have
hot ones like on TV. I'm a book thrower. Like let's send a message.
Well, again, the brother in California a few years back, they had no problem finding him.
Yeah, I know, right?
He was a police officer.
I know.
And they had,
that dude did his thing.
Yeah, but they got him though.
Yeah,
The point is,
after he.
Well, he only. I say only. I take that with a grain of salt. I don't mean, but it was only like 3 or 4 people that he
was beasting. He was pinpointing.
Yeah, how was that? Right. But I'm saying this guy, 20 people, ex-military, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when you got them.
But no, that's crazy.
Yeah. So how is he able to get away
He
like
just
that?
Keep moving. Like what?
He's got help.
Cameras.
He's got help.
I'm just saying, like you ain't got highway cameras. Like they.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Come on now. Come on.
Man,
They're looking like Keystone Cops, man.
Come on, man. Get it together. And I was looking up.
Bet you they can find Pookie though.
Real quick. Well, Pookie don't leave the hood. Pookie run back home. Pookie be like, I'm gonna go home now. No, don't go home. Man,
Pookie can't go that far because he only got like a 4 mile radius.
He got a quarter tank of gas. I'm on E. Let me just go ahead and get to the house.
Slide by the breezy.
Hey girl, hold me down. I love this girl. She hold me down. We just playing Pookie. We just messing with you. But no, man, and I was looking it up though. Maine actually has very little gun violence. But they have very lax gun laws, before people say, oh, it's gun law. They actually have
It don't have anything to do with gun laws. I mean, this is happening all over the country.
I think it does, because the ones where it really happens have stricter gun laws a lot of times.
That's not true.
I mean, I've seen one.
What about the one that happened in Florida?
The one in Arizona.
Florida?
I'm saying the one like that was going to happen in Arizona. Remember the dude shot the guy deleted the guy before he got to the mall? It was going to be he was going into the mall. And the guy saw him and opened his trunk because his wife was going in and deleted him before he got there. I think it just poses a little different. Like somebody gonna pop back off if you had been in Arizona.
I mean, I'm sure there could be some validity to that, but I mean, it's happening in all. There is no state that is not happening, so you can't say.
And it's starting to go for a lot of different. I guess it's still more. Caucasian male, but
the thing too is
it's really transitioning all over.
What do you mean?
I mean, I think it's more than just like we used to be like, oh, that's a white guy, but now you actually have to look. I mean, it's still majority. You actually got to look. You be hearing some. Remember the DC sniper?
Yeah,
that threw everybody off. That was
crazy. But the thing about it is, you have these.
And I'm like, yo.
You have these little outliers, and it's still not enough to, But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's lives lost, and it's senseless.
It's senseless. It's sad. I think we should find when we catch people or whatever, we should come with some stronger punishments and really make sure that people know we don't play. We ain't playing.
Well, I mean, that would be fine, except for some of them, that's what they want. They don't care about that because a lot of them, they've already made their peace from what not that I have some kind of inside track on it, but just based on what you hear, the rhetoric that they talked prior to doing these things.
Right.
A lot of them, they don't intend to come back.
Right, I know.
He probably just got lucky and came back. I mean, he's probably surprised he'd last throughout.
Next to kin.
My thing is that, of all these people, and I don't know how he did it or how tactical he was and all that kind of stuff, but nobody could get, what I'm saying? Like, nothing. Hey, he's down the street. He's on his way this way.
Like nothing.
Ain't nobody packing.
Nothing. Nobody. Like, that's what I'm saying. Nobody got one.
Nobody packing.
Nobody got one. No grazed them or nothing. Like, come on, man.
But we could.
Come on.
But we can. But we
pull out
can.
your knife and throw that.
Yeah, but we could delete Bonquisha for taking some rollers out of a
real quick
beauty shop.
Right, real quick.
No, I know. What they call that when you do that? Like you use a different example to make an argument. Well, yeah, that's the hood way of saying it, but that'll work.
Still fruit.
That'll work.
Still fruit. They all gonna give you vitamin C, so it counts.
I can't remember what it is,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah. So yeah, I know it's a different argument, but But still, it makes you think though,
It makes you
because
wonder.
you know, these are serious. 20 people. That's 20 families,
That's
man.
funny. And see, this is my throw the book. So these 20 families. So if this guy goes and he deletes himself, and everybody's sitting there like, oh man, we got no recourse. I still say next to kin. Next to kin. Like, one, if you have mental issues, it's in your genetics. Two, that family needs something back. Like, and if you catch the guy, it needs to be on TV with. If it was 26 people, 26 bullets. Like, take your time, dissect it, and make it a spectacle, so if people understand, it ain't oh, y'all, we ain't playing. And I know it sounds very harsh, but it was stopped by the third person.
See, that's where you and I differ. You think it will stop, and I say it won't, because number one, there's some people.
I guess your daddy.
That's how they want to go. They would love to be that famous, to be the guy who met his end as a result of going all out like that, where he's in front of a firing squad. Really? These guys want to be famous.
Okay.
Why do you think they don't? Social media is changing it now, because now the news is competing with the social media, but social media don't care. They'll fucking say his name. Mm-hmm. They got this rule in mainstream media. We don't want to make them famous, so we don't say their names, which I understand that, but we need to know who this mug is. Yeah. Like his family need to be walking around like this.
Yep, so I can get that next to kin. So, because your daddy didn't love you. We told you it was going to happen. We told everybody don't play like that. And now you're going to be famous too.
But the part that irks me so much is this whole mental health thing. You can't tell me that every single person, which, I mean, we know it's political. Well, I think it's political, to say, oh, well, he had a mental health issue. Well, I went to the store and I took a pack of donuts and a carton of milk. Is that, can I blame that on my mental health issues?
I mean, back in the day, you would say stuff like crazy old cat with shell, blah, blah, blah. So that was our ways of saying mental health, but it did not abstain you from any type of accountability or retribution. Like, you might have been shell, you might have been on one, you might have had a rough day, but guess what? You about to get something back for this, because this is how we do. And now I think it's a way that says, oh, mental health, and okay, let's put on the padded gloves. Let's see what's going on. Let's really get into the bottom of why they did this. Sometimes I don't think we need to get to the bottom. It needs to be a swift and just punishment.
So to me, it's like you're saying that it's just. What about just good old fashioned pure evil?
It could be. It could be that. It could, I mean.
We sit here and we pine over. We sit over here and we pine. Exactly. That's my point. I was just getting to get to that. We pine over. And to me, I'm going to go here. It always seems about who it is that we say mental health.
Yeah.
But a person and they do this with other cases, right? Well, can't be mental health. It can't be, legally crazy or anything. If you thought this thing out, you took all these steps,
right? And
you took all these steps to evade law enforcement. Right. Mental health.
At some point, that health must have been
real
now
healthy. That's legal stuff right there.
Healthy. It was real healthy if you can think that much.
Yeah, I mean, you can plan this thing out. If
you can plan it, and that's healthy. Yeah, that means that shit is working. It's nah, bro.
And on top of that, man, hell, most of us at some point in our lives got some mental shit going on.
Everybody. Day. It's America.
But
you driving down the street, you got mental because somebody cutting you off. You go to work, you got mental because somebody getting on your nerves. You're like, it's always.
Exactly.
It's always there. So, I don't know. I can't put it on.
And that's a disservice to the people who really have mental health issues.
That actually go for help. That actually fight it. It actually really work with this thing all the time. Like, there's some people that actually would turn themselves in like, hey, I'm not in a good spot. I need to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's commendable. Like, how hard and how like embarrassing, how hard, like. Mm-hmm. But how do you do this? I know a gentleman that like when it's not good, he would say like, nope. I need to take a week out of this world and turn himself in.
Well, that's a person.
And responsibility. He's accountable.
Yeah,
he's taking account for his family. He's taking for his kid, his wife, his family, himself, like the rest of the country. Like, Yeah, that is true. Like, okay, mental health, but these other mugs going like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
I
got
just don't
people
have
that
too much
suffer from schizophrenia. I mean,
Yeah.
bona fide schizophrenia,
Right.
and all these other mental health
Right.
disorders. Got real issues, and you're right. A lot of them, they know when it's coming, and they'll go to a hospital or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah. That's right. I
so
didn't plan this to go this direction, but I'm glad we spoke on that because I think it's a big deal that needs to be spoken on. I think a lot of times, again, it's held with padded and kid gloves. Like, we don't want to offend anybody. Nobody ever wants to offend anybody. That's not what the world is about. Or like us, that's not what we want to do.
right.
But sometimes it needs to be spoken on a real deal. Like, is this something viable? Is this something that could really stand up as a not in law but as a person, as human beings going through life and dealing with each other and interpersonal relationships and connections? Is this mental health thing a true viable characteristic, for lack of a better word, of people in society? Like, is this something that we really must put as a characteristic, or is it something that we're trying to hold softly because it affects, or you want to give an out for maybe a family member, or you want to find out, is it your personal inquiry about what makes the brain work? Is it just something that's personal that makes it? Is it something that's, some people might think everybody can be saved, or I don't know. I just don't buy it, man. I don't think just because of that you're abstained from any type of punishment, or that it should be necessarily softened. Like.
Well, I mean, there's a whole legal side to that, and that's the part that
Yeah.
we don't discuss. But
Yeah.
you have a family member or a loved one or a person that's able to get the best lawyers or a good lawyer. It doesn't matter. That lawyer is going to do his job.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So the lawyer is going to say, yeah, he's got mental health issues. He suffered with this. He suffered with that. They're going to find every headache you ever had, and every and God forbid you may have had some intervention in your past.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to bring all that up. In other words, their job is to try to save this person's life,
That's
and
right.
they're going to try to win that case.
So
And they're going to do that. And if you have family members who, and I say this all the time, we want to throw the book at all of society. We think everything is evil until my brother, my sister, my mother, my daughter, my whatever, especially my daughter, a family member does something, then you go take every resource you have to try to save that person. I don't care if they took out a whole village.
I'm gonna tell you, if I had it and it was 26 people, I'm a book thrower. Dog, I love you. What was you thinking?